Well, Dan, going into the season, how do you feel? How are you kicking the ball?
I feel really good. I've been hitting the ball pretty cleanly throughout all of camp, and now as we get into game prep, I feel really good about where I'm at and looking forward to the season.
How have your percentages been through camp?
Pretty good. I haven't really been keeping track, but I would say they're in the 90s probably, and through game kicks, and we've also been working on expanding our range a little bit too, so that's been good.
This is your senior year, obviously. You haven't quite had the exact season you wanted yet. How much are you putting on this season to kind of be your best?
I'm not really putting any expectations on it because it's my last year, and you never know when it's gonna be over for you. So I'm just trying to enjoy every day, and going out to practice and enjoying being there, and just looking forward to all the opportunities we're gonna get this year.
Different kicking inside in a dome? Have you done that before?
Well, actually, my first game was in the Georgia Dome. My very first game was in the Georgia Dome, so I'm looking forward to going back there, kind of getting to start my career there and get to end it there to start off. So I'm looking forward to going back there.
Is there anything different? Is it always clean as far as?
It's actually the kicker's paradise. Basically, you're inside. You got regulated temperatures. There's no wind. You don't have any outside factors. So it's always nice when you get to go inside.
How different is this year right now? This feeling for you compared to a year ago? Fighting for a spot and now kind of having it.
I wouldn't say it's. I would say I'm more comfortable and just being out on the field and that practice stuff. I know what I'm going to expect, and I know what I'm going to expect in games. So I'm just really comfortable with where I'm at. And it's not like me and Tyler aren't competing still. We're both competing and trying to improve and make each other better and help each other. But it's just I'm a lot more comfortable this year than I was last year.
How do you kind of look at your career to this point here at Boise State? Obviously, some highs and some lows. How do you kind of put it in perspective?
I've had a lot of lows and I've had some successes too, and it's been up and down. But I have an opportunity to go out on a high note and show that I've improved every year and gotten better. So I'm just looking forward to finishing my career on a good note.
How much does it help having a snapper back? You worked with Kevin last year, and I guess is Matt going to be the holder most of the time?
And that's another thing that plays in with that comfortability. I've been working with Keen and Matt for every year that I've kicked. Those two have been the holder and the snapper, so it's good having that comfortability. I don't have to worry about Keen. He's been dialed all camp. He's done a really good job, and Matt's money. He's probably got the best hands on the team, so I don't have to worry about that. I just got to focus on making my kick and having a good swing.
You mentioned the range. We saw you the other night to make like a 48-yarder or something in the 2-minute drill. What is kind of your range now, and how much better is it than maybe last year?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily better, but I'm more comfortable as we have longer kicks because I think I've kicked more kicks from outside of 45 in practice during fall camp this year than I have probably in the rest of my career. So just being able to get those reps in practice is going to help me in the game if we attempt some longer ones.
How did you evaluate your season last year? Because you look at the numbers and you were 16 of 18 or something like that, which is a great season, but you missed the one kick everybody remembers. So how do you look at it?
I thought I had a great year, and you always look back, you want to have one kick. I wanted to have that one kick back, and I feel like I'm right there. I just got to get right over the hump, I guess, for me, is because I had a good year. I was hitting the ball consistently all year, and I just happened to have one kick that I'd like to have back, and so this year I'm looking forward to getting another opportunity like that so I can put it through and go out on a high note.
Was that kick nerves or technique, or what happened on that particular kick?
It's just a little bit of technique. So, like I said, I've gotten a lot more reps from distance in camp this year than I have before, and I didn't get a lot of reps there. So the further I get back, you think you got to hit it harder than you normally do, and you kind of pulled around it and hit it a little left. And the further back you get, you got to understand, like, I have the leg strength to make those kicks. It's just not trying to overkick and just doing your normal swing, and it's the same kick every time.
Anything in particular the new coaching staff's doing that's helping your game?
Helping me kick from further in practice, giving me opportunities in practice to do that, and I'm just been comfortable with them. The transition's been pretty smooth, so I didn't know what to expect coming in, and it's gone better than I expected. So just for me, it's just the feeling of being comfortable.
I think we talked to you even a couple days before that San Diego State game about your mental side and where you were and stuff, and you did come back in overtime and make a kick, I believe. Does that kind of show that you were able to put that behind you quickly?
Yeah, and evaluating the kicks between my TCU kick and that San Diego State, I felt that I was a lot better mentally prepared for that San Diego State kick. I felt comfortable and I was confident that I was going to make it, and I just happened to have a bad hit on that one kick. I swear, TCU, I could tell, I wasn't very confident with my swing, and I was really nervous, and so evaluating those two, I thought I took a big step compared to those two kicks. The result was still the same, but now having that learning experience from both of them, I think I'll be able to put myself over the top.
Dan, you missed 2 field goals all last year. How fine is the line between having a real successful season as a kicker and maybe just having a little bit of that unfinished business, I guess?
Yeah, it's all about perspective. In the kicking game, an inch or two can change the outcome of a kick. It could make it go wide. It could put it right down the middle, and so from the kickers, I mean, we're kind of under the microscope because we're only every other guy gets 70 plays or not 70 plays, but you get 40 plays a game. We get 10 if you're lucky, and so we're under the microscope and we have to be able to perform while we're out there. And I think I've improved every year and gotten better, but there's still a little bit more that I want to do. So I've been focusing a lot this summer on that.
That's what you signed up for, though, right?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the job as a kicker. I mean, you don't have to do all the running and stuff, but you're put under pressure when you're out there.
When you have limited opportunities, how tough is it to get comfortable and not get nervous when you do get an opportunity to make an impact?
I think that just comes with the experience. I mean, I'm a senior now. I know I've been through everything. I mean, I've missed game winners and I've had some success on the field too. I mean, I had a great year last year, in my opinion, besides one kick. So that experience is like I know what I'm going to expect when I'm out on the field. Like when I go out against Ole Miss, I know what I'm going to get, and that allows me to be comfortable because I know what to expect.
You talked about your field goals, but you had an awful lot of touchbacks last year. Were you pleased with kickoffs?
Yeah, and I think that's one part of my game that's actually improved again too. Is my kickoff is I've been hitting the ball really cleanly on kickoff, and so I expect to have another good year on kickoffs this year.
Is your approach similar? I mean, try to send the ball through the back of the end zone with this new staff?
Yeah, I do. He just wants me to have my best hit I can have. If it goes out the back, it goes out the back. But if it doesn't go out the back, then we want to have good hang time. And my hang times have been good throughout camp. So because we want if they're going to return it, we want our guys down there inside the 30 when he catches the ball.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe last year you said that you might have kicked less during practice or something along the line. Have you changed the way that you go through your approach at all during practice?
It's been pretty similar to last year. I was trying to limit my reps so that I would be fresh during the games. And when I was younger, my freshman and sophomore season, I would go out and kick a lot because I needed to get better and improve. And now I'm to the point where my swing is – I'm not changing anything in my swing. It's just my approach and how I plan for the game. So I need to hit less balls during practice because I know what I'm going to hit or know what I'm going to get when I hit the ball. So I hit less balls and it's more mental preparation.
The old staff obviously still had bad memories of 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Had kind of gone, as you said, we're not kicking anything outside 40 yards. Has this helped you a little bit that these guys don't have those memories and they're back to kick a 45-yarder? That's a normal kick.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a fresh start. I mean, change isn't always a bad thing. It's good for us, and for us, the transition's been smooth between Huff. We had a great year with Huff as a special teams quarter, and Riddles stepped in and carried it through pretty much seamlessly. So I'm looking forward to the opportunities, and it's nice to be able to get those kicks in practice because you're not going to get a lot of kicks in the game, but if you hit them a lot in practice, then you're going to be comfortable when you're out there.
NFL experimented moving extra points back in the preseason to the 15 as a kicker. Do you like that? Do you not like that?
Not for the kicker. I don't think it's. I mean, you're going to miss a couple more, but those guys are so money that it's really not going to have that big of an effect on the game. I think for the worst people that it's for is the guys blocking for them, because now they got to block more. I don't know how many more plays you have that they have to block on the field because the teams usually block different or go after a kick differently than on a field goal than they do on a PAT.
What was that first game of your career like in the Georgia Dome? 70,000 people. I think you were 5 for 5 on extra points. Take us back to that day.
It was pretty nerve-wracking. I was nervous the whole time. I was actually sick that week, so I think that actually helped me because I was, trying to get over my sickness and I wasn't really thinking about the game. And then game day came, and luckily that was the one day that I wasn't sick. So then I was able to go out there and perform pretty well. But I remember I had a lot of nerves that day.
Against a team like Ole Miss, you might be the first player that the microscope's on with that opening kickoff. Is that ever in your mind, or is it kind of old hat now?
I think it's not necessarily old news. I'm still going to have some butterflies, but I'll be able to control them better than I had been in the past. And hopefully we're kicking off first because I like to get that first one out of the way. Get a good feeling when I kick one.
You guys had more issues on PATs last year than you did on field goals, and it's been a couple through 2-3 years. Is there something in terms of the operation or something you guys have struggled with on PATs?
Not necessarily. The PATs we had last year, we had one protection error, and then we had a couple. I missed one, and then we had a kind of a hold issue, and so. We don't like to have those on PATs. We want to be 100% on those, but I think I've improved on those a lot. I mean, my freshman year, I really struggled with those, and last year, I mean, we missed 3, but I think some of them are like kind of, a rare scenario that those occur. I mean, the Matt like dropping a ball, then that never happens, or having another guy in on because a lineman got hurt as a guard or something. So I think those are rare, and I don't expect very many of those to happen this year, if any at all.
Do you have any aspirations of continuing your career after this year?
You know, you never want to close the book or anything, and I definitely will try and give it an opportunity. But you know, I'm realistic in getting my ducks in order or ducks in a row for after, and I'm definitely going to try and pursue it. But if it doesn't work out, I'm going to have my things in order after.
What are those things? What other plans do you have?
I'm probably going to go to graduate school for athletic administration, and then try and. For me, I was a big basketball fan growing up, so I maybe work with a basketball team or something like that.
You're out there with the kickoff team. What do you see from those special teams units that you've got, the guys that you've got out there with you?
Well, they're hunting, and that's a big thing for us on kickoff is their speed. Playing with speed and being fast down there. Because I mean, if they can be inside the 30 when he catches the ball, we know they're gonna limit their returns. And so those guys have been really. It's a tough thing for them on kickoff. You got to sprint 40 yards, and then you got to make reads and hit guys and go through. So those guys have been really doing a good job.
What's fall camp like?